Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make some Hunger Games inspired stamped jewelry. I hope you'll stick around. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Create Something Great. I'm Samantha. I recently bought a stamp set that you use for jewelry making. I got it when I was on sale at Hobby Lobby, and I've been anxious to make some jewelry with it. And ever since Hunger Games movie Mockingjay came out back in November, I've been thinking about making something for that. And I finally kind of came up with some ideas, so I wanted to show you what I came up with. I came up with two different designs. I've got one pendant that states "Join the fight," and then I have another one that I made that is a reference to the Hanging Tree song, which I really loved that sequence of the movie, as I think everybody did. This is how I did it. For this first pendant, I'm using this from the Fairy Tale collection from Hobby Lobby. I just really like it. It really reminded me of the Mockingjay wings. So I thought that was perfect. To put the words on top, I'm gonna take my stamping block that you can get at any craft store that I know of. And then I'm gonna come with my round flat. And I'm just gonna take the stamps and I'm gonna pick out the letters that I need. And for this one, I'm gonna stamp "Join the Fight" on it. So I'm gonna pick out all those letters. So then I'm just gonna take my stamp here and I'm gonna very carefully line up where I need these to go, making sure it's facing the right direction and everything. I always suggest having a few of these extra stamping blanks around just in case you mess it up. Sometimes it takes a little practice. Then you're just going to take your hammer and you're going to give it a pretty strong tap. Several taps. And then you look, and there we have our little J. And then I'm just going to proceed to stamp the rest of the letters on there, one at a time, very carefully. And if your letter ever comes out somewhat incomplete, just very carefully line it back up, feel it in the groove, and just give it another tap. For me, if I make little mistakes on these and it looks a little rustic, I think that actually, in this situation, kind of adds to the effect anyway. You want to really hold firm pressure so it doesn't slide around. Mine is slid around just a little bit on this one, which is okay. Okay, so now I've got my pendant stamped, "Join the Fight." And now we just have to attach it to the front of this pendant. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take those two and I'm going to find a jump ring. I'm just going to take a jump ring here and find the opening. And this jump ring is big enough that I can just kind of give it a twist and open it. I want to open it like this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to just attach it and just close it shut. Like I said, this one's big enough I can do it with my hands, and then just kind of use your pliers to make sure they're nice and tight together. And then I'm going to need a second jump ring to attach it to the wings. And then I'm going to just take my pendant here and slip it on to the other jump ring. And then I'm going to also, while it's still open, slip it on to the wings and close it up. Then this will lay nice and pretty in front of the wings. Then this is ready to go. You could add other accessories. I kind of like this just as is. And then all you really need is a chain. You could just use a pre-made chain, or you could make a chain of your own length or whatever, which maybe I'll do a tutorial on how to do that sometime. And there you go. It's ready to wear. Just simple and easy. Another design I did earlier was by doing the same thing, but I did the quote, "I am, I will." So there's lots of options. You could do "Girl on Fire." I mean, anything that will fit on whatever pendant you're using. Lots of options. That's what I love about this. For my next design, I found this great tree pendant, also from the same Fairy Tale collection, and it really reminded me of the Hanging Tree song, which I loved in the movie. I think everybody did, because that was definitely the best part, I think, of the whole movie. And I wanted to make something with this. I'm also going to be layering this with a stamped quote from that song, "Are You Coming to the Tree?" And then I'm also going to be using this longer square I just kind of liked, and I think it'll be big enough to hold the quote that I want to put on it. Obviously you have to think about that, depending on how many words. I think I'm going to put are you coming to the tree? It's gonna be tight, but I think it will fit. I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. This time though, I'm gonna put a piece of cloth down. I'm using like one of those microfiber cloths. Thinking I'll get a better stamp. Plus you guys can see it better. I'm gonna find the stamps that I want. I'm gonna draw some reference lines so that I can kind of know how many lines, because I've got several lines to deal with. I'm using a felt tip pen here so I don't scratch. Okay, now I'm gonna very carefully start lining these up with my lines here. Take your time with this part, you guys. You wanna get it all, you don't want it, because once you stamp, it's stamped. Last one, question mark. Okay. And it definitely helped having that cloth down, so I recommend that. And then I'm just able to wipe those lines that I wrote on there right off with my finger. Polish it up a little bit, and I think that turned out pretty good. Okay, so to bring this all together, I'm gonna take, I'll move this out of the way. I'm gonna take my tree pendant and my stamp pendant, and then I also have this cool like bird, like wing pendant that you can get anywhere. I've seen them all over the place. And I'm gonna use one of these Arrow, comes in a pack of 2. I've already used one of them. I'm gonna use this little deal to kind of hold them all together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get some jump rings like we did before. And just like before, we're gonna open that up. My camera doesn't wanna focus. And then I'm just gonna loop onto each of my pendants with a jump ring, and then loop it onto my arrow piece here. And then I'm just gonna repeat that for each piece. Just in any way that you would like, whichever order. Actually for this one, just so that I can kind of see it hanging below the tree, I'm actually gonna take just a little piece of chain here. Let me see here, let me find some. Take a little piece of chain just to add a little length with a jump ring on the end here. And I'm gonna attach that pendant to the length of chain, just so that when it is attached, I'll have to use another jump ring to attach the chain. Attach the jump ring to the chain so it's like this. And then I'll attach that. I think I'm gonna put it in between the 2 here. Hope my camera's focusing properly. And then close that up. This way, you can kind of see the stamped wording below the tree, so it's all visible. And I just think that's a nice little cluster. Of course, you could add as much or as little as you want. You could add other beads, whatever you want. And then all you need left is to add a jump ring to the top here. And just make sure that the jump ring is also big enough that it's gonna hold, hold your chain, whatever chain you're using. This one's plenty big. So there you have your pendant. And then all it needs is a chain. It's ready to go. I just really like how that turned out. Well, that's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know down in the comments below if this is something that you're interested in. I have about a zillion other design ideas. I bought a bunch of charms that are not just Hunger Games related, but also some Harry Potter related stuff. Please let me know down in the comments below if that's something you guys are interested in so that I can get on that. Don't forget that you can go and follow me over on Twitter. You can also follow me now on Facebook. I have started a page for this YouTube channel, so definitely go check that out if you want to be kept up with updates. I'm also thinking about posting behind the scenes videos and deleted scenes and just extra bonus content on Facebook. So definitely go over there and like the page. If you're new here, I invite you to subscribe. I make new videos every week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!